Hello, welcome to my channel. It's been a minute since I've done some like how-to videos, and I had somebody comment on one of my older videos when I was living by the highway and I didn't have my microphone, and of course the highway noise made it really hard to hear what I was saying. I did get a microphone, but I don't have one here today, but I do believe it is quiet enough here to where I don't really need one, so we'll give it a shot. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna redo how to pop up the back wheel in this video, and then I'm gonna do another video, probably back to back, but I'll have them as two separate videos on how to pop up the front wheel with some of the new concepts that I've been teaching lately, especially some of the stuff I've learned by watching Lee McCormick's channel, where he talks about the row anti-row, because that kind of comes into play when it comes to lifting the back wheel and lifting the front wheel, things like that. These are what I consider essential basics. I know they're tricky to learn and they're a little bit challenging for a lot of people, but it's worth it to take the time and practice and start to get the hang of it. I get a lot of people, I try to show it to them, they try it like 3 or 4 times and they get frustrated and they don't keep trying it. Like, you're not going to learn this stuff in 3 or 4 tries. You're going to learn it in 10 tries, 20 tries, 100 tries. You don't know. Everybody's different, right? But do what it takes to learn these techniques, because these are the prerequisite to the bunny hop. They're prerequisite to jumping. They're the prerequisite to pitch control and understanding how to actually like have the bike different from your body movement and have that separation, which is really important. Doing these two things will really enhance your skills. So let's get to it. All right, here I am, and yes, I'm going to do this on the low side. You don't need suspension, you don't need anything fancy to be able to do this. You just need a bike. A fully rigid bike, a hardtail. Hardtail generally means it has a suspension fork and then rigid frame, and then full suspension. Ride whatever you have. You can learn this on any of those bikes. So the first thing that you want to do is you always want to be riding in what's called the attack position. So that's pedals level. And I say this a lot, some people have a favorite foot forward. Mine is right foot forward. Most people are right foot forward dominant, and some people are left foot forward dominant. Similar concept as being on a skateboard. Some people like to go regular and goofy, right? So actually this is regular. If I'm going that direction, this is goofy, right? So on a bike, it's kind of the same thing. One foot forward will feel a little bit more awkward than the other foot forward. So find which one is comfortable, and then you want to be in the attack position. I'm going to drop the seat down. The attack position is just like this. Soft knees, right? Centered just above the seat. You don't want to be back behind the seat. You don't want to be forward up by the bars. Okay, so that's your prerequisite of getting into anything, pretty much, is that attack position, pedals level, and so on and so forth. When doing this, you do not need to do any pedaling or anything by pushing on the pedals or anything. It's all done with your arms and your upper body, and by bringing up your legs to absorb the back wheel wanting to come off the ground. I'll explain that in a few seconds. Okay, so we want to pop up the back wheel. We don't want to hop the whole bike. We don't want to pull up the front wheel. All we want to do is pop up the back wheel, and it's very it's not a normal thing, let's just say that, for most people on a bike. Like me, I can just do it because I've done it. I've been doing it for years. But for most people, it's a really awkward thing, like this idea of just getting the back wheel off the ground. That's all they're gonna do. So let's explain that. So I've talked about row and anti-row in a lot of my videos. Row is pulling on the handlebars, pushing with your legs. Anti-row is pushing on your handlebars and bringing your legs up. Well, to bring the back of the bike up, we need to do the anti-row. So the anti-row will be pushing forward and lifting our legs up. So you're gonna literally push forward on the bars and hop. So I'm gonna set the bike aside and I'm gonna show you what this looks like. As ridiculous as it looks that I do it. Because I'm in this attack position, right? Riding my bike, and I'm gonna go like this. So I'm jumping off the ground as I snap the bars forward, and then I'm bringing my feet up, and that push forward, that quick snap forward is what's going to get the back wheel up. Not your feet. You're not lifting the bike with your feet. You're popping the back of the bike up with your arms. So I'm off the bike. I snap my arms forward. Watch what happens. So that's what it is. I feel like when I'm off the bike, in order to really do it, I have to like kind of, I don't think that's how it works when I'm on the bike. So let me get on the bike and show you, and we will see. All right, here it goes. So where I actually feel the pressure on my hands when I'm doing it, so I do feel like I kind of have to a little bit. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a C motion. I kind of feel like I'm doing a bunny hop. When I want to pop the back wheel up, I do that same thing. It's like I pull up and then I do this like curve, so it's like that last half of the bunny hop motion in order to pop my back wheel up, which makes perfect sense because in a bunny hop you get the front wheel off the ground and you do everything that I'm doing right now to get the back wheel up. So I feel the pressure right in here, kind of like on the where the thumb meets on the grip when I do this arm forward. Now it is an aggressive move. You can't just be like and it's a timing move. It's an aggressive move, so you got to get kind of like when you do it. It's like right? You snap it, you really snap it, but you also have to time the jump and the lifting of your legs at the same time. So you, as you're doing this snap with the handlebars, you do it right as you get to the top of your jump. So the timing of it, and I'll go out here again without the bike. So you're down, you do that little crouch. I don't crouch super low, a little bit, and then I start to spring up with my legs, and right as I get to the peak of my spring is when I snap the bars, but then my legs have to do the opposite to allow the back of the bike to come up. So you're not, you know, some people suggest pointing your toes and scooping. No, you don't. You're just lifting your feet up so the back of the bike can come up. Trust me, it works. There might be a little bit of toe point and a little bit of this, a little bit of pressure, but it's not, that's not how you lift the rear wheel up. So, because if you try to do it that way and you get in the habit of pointing your toes and all that, when you start jumping and doing things, you're going to run into all kinds of problems. You'll slip pedals, things like that. You'll eat up your shins, eat up the backs of your legs, because you'll be slipping your pedals all the time because you're doing this weird, you're focusing on your feet rather than focusing on this upper body thing. So so there you have it. I'm gonna do a couple of these in slow-mo, and then you can see kind of the motion. Really important to learn this one. I know it seems ridiculous. Why would I ever pop up my back wheel? Well, after the slow-mo, I will show you just why you would do it. So why would you want to know how to do this? Well, I'm going to use this log as an example. Maybe you're going slow speed, maybe you're trying to save energy and you don't want to just do a full-blown bunny hop or something like that. Another reason why I do this, usually when I'm riding urban and stuff, is to go up curbs. I don't always want to just bunny hop up a curb, or if I'm going slower again, I could just pop my front wheel up, then pop my back wheel up the curb, and I don't have to bang my back wheel up the curb. And you know, it's an energy saving move because it takes a lot more effort to have the speed and do everything you need to do a full-blown bunny hop. So a lot of times when I'm riding longer distances or cross-country riding or racing and trying to conserve energy, I'll do the very bare minimum, pop front wheel, pop back wheel, whatever, to maneuver my bike through stuff, rather than just being like just aggressively going through and wasting all my energy for, you know, the climb or some other stuff going on, right? So, or I'm already worn out and tired because I've been riding for a long time, right? Anyway, so I'll show you how I lift the rear wheel up over this, and it'll be slow. So I'm going slow. We'll do that again. So if I was to bunny hop that, or try to bunny hop it at that speed, it would be really challenging. And you'll notice that the back side of my front wheel hit the log. Well, it doesn't matter. Who cares about what goes on after you've made it up the face of something? It's all about getting up the face of something. If you tag something on the top or the back side, it doesn't matter. Your goal is to get over it and not hit that front side. So there you have it. That is lifting the rear wheel. Super important. I haven't stressed that enough, have I? But learn this one. You'll really be glad you developed this skill. All right. Like I said, I'm going to do videos back to back. I'm going to do how to pop up the front wheel in the next video. It'll either be just before this one or just after this one on my YouTube channel. And I'll also link it in the description, and I'll put it as my you know, the little pop-up at the end of my videos. Cool. I really appreciate your support from my channel. I am actually almost up to 2,000 subscribers. Being that I don't really put this crazy amount of over-the-top editing and stuff, and I just basically do my thing, which is why it's called Shad Life, I'm pretty happy with that, right? So cool. Anyway, peace.